because you know I'm all about that bass. About that bass. No treble. Yeah, I'm all about the bass. About the bass. No treble. That is, of course, Megan Trainor in her 2014 debut single, All About That Bass. And I'm going to be talking about a different bass today. Stupid. Alright, we are back again, and today I am in better spirits and I am feeling better about the big bot that I made with the Big Bot Challenge. As the title says, I fixed it, and you might be wondering what was wrong with it. Well, it took me a second to figure it out, but it finally kind of came to me. And what was throwing it off for me, at least, was the lack of a bass. And you know, this thing is supposed to be grounded in like a 28mm heroic scale Warhammer wargaming world, you know, and with no bass. There's no frame of reference for that. He was kind of just this floaty action figure guy looking like a Bionicle. To mend this issue, this guy turns out to be like the exact size of my Cerastus Knight. So I just traced the base from the Cerastus Knight, and I made a base out of this guy for cardboard. Just made a couple of these ovals, glued them together with some hot glue, and he's got a base, and yeah, that changed everything for me. Gives him a little bit of context, and it gives you scale, most importantly. And I put a cute little dog in there to emphasize that scale. So, as promised, this video is going to be me painting this guy, but as Bill from Bill Making Stuff says, painting time is boring time. So I've made up a little lore blurb that I'm going to read off as I show you video of me painting this thing. So let's get into it. Now, somewhere between the 41st millennia and a galaxy far, far away, there was a great war. Like many great wars, its greatness was not marked by a great victory, but rather great loss. The damage and destruction from this war was so incredible that it destroyed planets, and those that were not destroyed were left largely uninhabited or in a scarce state and left for dead in the aftermath. One such planet was the stage for the decisive blow that ended the war. In a final battle fought just outside of a planet's atmosphere, two massive city-sized battle frigates came sidelong of each other and unleashed their payloads. In the hopes of striking down one another, they fired everything. A blinding flourish of light emitted from the incredible amount of munitions that were released. The frigate nearest to the planet's atmosphere suddenly went black. A series of explosions ripped down the side of the ship, nudging the ship into the planet's gravity, causing it to plummet to the planet's surface. The war was over, and this is where our Big Bot's journey begins. The frigate crashed into the planet, and like most of its size and of that period, it had on board it an advanced AI. And that AI acted as like a second-in-command to the commander of the ship. Now, the AI aboard this ship was the only intelligence that survived the crash. Everything around the ship was decimated by the impact. Not that there was much to be destroyed. Most of the planet had already been destroyed by bombardment, and any that survived largely lived underground to survive the fallout. While the AI was not destroyed in the crash, the impact caused it to sort of wipe and reset into a blank slate. This incredible intelligence with incredible capacity was wiped out of any grounding or knowledge. And while it had no baseline, it could still watch. And for years, it watched the world around it, observing. And for years, there wasn't much to observe due to the desolation and fallout from the war. It accessed what was available to it, gathered information from the remains of the ship. While the ship was largely inoperable and damaged, there were many functions that the AI was able to access, and robotic constructs it was able to command to perform different functions. After nearly a century, something came about for the AI to observe. As the fallout diminished over the years, nature continued on and began to restore. Along with the land restoring, the few remaining people who dwelt in the safety of their underground bunkers began to emerge and spread out. They built homes, farmed the land, and returned to living as their ancestors once did. When the people came upon the wreckage of the ship, they established that it was to be forbidden, and it was largely left undisturbed. The AI continued to observe the people, though they kept their distance. For years, it watched them toil and establish themselves and make homes in the land. Year after year, it watched the people each season till the land, spread the seed, grow the crop, and harvest. It watched with immense curiosity at this process. The toil of tilling and harvesting evoked something in the AI. After years of watching the people engage in their perennial acts of toil with the land, it began to draw on the resources from the ship to construct a body for itself. Drawing inspiration from the farmers it watched, it built a humanoid form with hands matching the tools it saw the farmers use, the sickle and the scythe. Its body was constructed of writhing, fiber optic cables that held together the bones of the ship that formed the structure of its legs. Its body was made up of the panels of old war machines and draped in a massive cargo cloth. When the AI had fully constructed its body for itself, it went straight to work preparing the fields for the people it had watched for so long. Despite its massive size, it was exceptionally quiet, and it was never seen by the people. The only evidence that the people ever saw of it was their tilled or harvested fields and the disturbed earth every 50 yards or so that led away from their village to the ancient wreckage that the people superstitiously forbade. The only time the bot was ever seen by people was from a great distance, staring up at the full moon, emitting a sweet, somber croon that traveled softly through the night for miles. The bot continued to aid the people in their annual toil, but also continued to elude being seen and quickly became a fantastical legend among the people and a god to some. What pushes the bot forward? Nobody really knows, and neither do I, and that's okay. I think mystery's good. That is the lore of my big bot, the former brain of a massive war machine turned into a gentle farming giant who likes to help, but also likes its space. What do you think? I definitely enjoyed giving this big guy some context, like physically, with the base, and then narratively with the story. It redeemed my discontent I had at first, and it's a happy ending to the BIGBOTBASH. Do you think the base brought it together, made it a little better? I certainly, once again, I think so myself. Basing minis and making terrain is a lot of fun to me, so it really turned this project around for me, and once again, it redeemed it. But let me know what you think down in the comments. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a like. And if you want to see more crafty content like this, be sure to subscribe. And if you want to support me further, you can also head on over to patreon.com/theexistentialhobbyist. And for a mere $5 a month, you can contribute to helping me out, keep this hobby train going. I make an episode a week, and supporting me on Patreon supports that and gets you access to the channel Discord. So, the link is in the description. That is going to be it for me for now. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace. Today is March 24, 2025. Here are 7 dice. Today's numbers are on the D20, 17. On the D12, 7. On the D10, 3. On the percentage die, 40. On the D8, 3. On the D6, 1. And on the D4, 3. Those are today's numbers.